She's not drinking all of hers, so I'm drinking the leftovers of all of hers. I'm feeling really good. We'll see how this goes.
He starts slurring his words, you know why.
I don't think we're going to film another episode today. Push it forward and back in your mouth to like keep the flavor there. It mixes. You're a dirty girl. It mixes with your saliva. That's impressive. You kept it in your mouth for a really long time.
David?
You don't look like you love it either. We've had way too many of these.
You've had way too many.
She doesn't drink it, so I have to drink it because you can't let it go to waste. Hi, my name is David, and this is my wife, Brittany, and my wife hates bourbon.
Trying to not hate bourbon, and I really only hate bourbon neat and on the rocks. I will drink a bourbon cocktail.
Trust me, she hates bourbon. So what we're going to do is we are going to try yet another bottle of bourbon. Again, one of my favorite, fairly inexpensive daily drinkers. It's Baker's 7-year. I think this bottle averages between 35 and 40 bucks a bottle, which in today's market is pretty good. The age statement on this bottle is 7 years, 3 months, and it was barreled in December of 2016. It is 107 proof, so that's 53.5% alcohol by volume. So the last couple that we've tasted were about 90. Okay, so you have a good comparison. Not all high proof bourbons taste like ethanol. Some of them actually taste quite good and hide the ethanol pretty well. So we're about to find out with this.
I think that's subjective.
If you're into neat tastings, then great, stick around. If you want a mixed drink concept, then we're going to take this and make a mixed drink later. So don't go away too soon. All right, so every tasting has 3 components: the nose, which is the smell; the palate, which is the first taste; and then the finish, which is usually that burn that goes down your throat.
That's desirable?
Some people like it. Some people don't. The higher the proof, in my opinion, the more flavor you get. Because remember, the longer it sits in a barrel, all right, the more flavors get imparted. Typically, after they pull it out of a barrel, they proof it down. So they add water to it to get it down to a certain proof. Sometimes you'll get like a bourbon that's a barrel strength bourbon, which is basically whatever the proof is out of the barrel. And those tend to be very flavorful. So, but sometimes they're a little bit hot, so they do water them down. This is at 107 proof. I'm guessing this was probably watered down to get to 107 proof. So let's go ahead and swirl it. Give it some air. Give it a smell. So comparatively speaking, all right, so we've had a few of these before. By the way, we're filming multiple of these in a day, and she's not drinking all of hers, so I'm drinking the leftovers of all of hers. So I'm feeling really good. We'll see how this goes.
He starts slurring his words, you know why.
I don't think we're going to film another episode today. Just saying. All right, so give it a whiff.
This burns my nose more than the other ones.
Really? Well, it is higher proof, so that makes sense. But I will tell you this, to my nose, this doesn't smell, this doesn't give off as much strong odors besides the ethanol as some of the others do.
It gives like a nail polish remover to me. So someone told me, or am I imagining this, that someone said smell it with your mouth open?
It helps. It helps. Don't ask me why.
What is that?
Scientifically, don't know.
So I should be like...
It's a great look. It's a great look.
It's so awkward to sniff with your mouth open. I mean, it's not as strong.
It does.
When you
So
do
what
it
it
like
does,
that.
I think it gets rid of a lot of the ethanol smell. So I don't know why. I don't know the science behind that. Maybe, I don't know, Neil deGrasse Tyson
If
or
you
somebody
know why
that
that is,
understands
please
science
share.
better than me. Please chime in.
Oh,
All right, I do smell some oakiness. All right, so 7-year age statement's pretty long, comparatively speaking, to some of the stuff that we've had, which is typically like 4-year. When you get like a off-the-shelf 90 proof bourbon that's 20 to 30 bucks a bottle, they're typically not going to be aged very long. The reason being is the longer it ages, the more that evaporates, and we already talked about that. That's the angel share, but when it evaporates, you get less and less liquid. So think of like a barrel of like 20-year bourbon. It may have started 95% full of liquid, By the time it's done after 20 years, it's down to like probably 10%. I don't know what the actual number is, but a significant number or a significant percentage of that liquid has evaporated, and what's left is a very strong flavored bourbon, okay, or spirit, depending on how it's distilled.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready for a taste?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the palate. Give it a swirl. Remember, push it up into your mouth. Try and keep it in there. There's something when I did a distillery tour in Kentucky. They said it's called the Kentucky Chew. And what they do is once you get it into your mouth, you kind of keep it there as long as you can, like push it forward and back in your mouth to like keep the flavor there. It mixes. You're a dirty girl. It mixes with your saliva, which actually proofs it down a little bit.
All right.
Let's go. It's hotter. It's definitely hotter than some of the others we had. That's impressive. You kept it in your mouth for a really long time.
David? I was going to say this is a family show, but if we're tasting bourbon,
It's not a family show. All right.
It tastes more like I took a bite out of a barrel.
So again, the longer it sits in the barrel, the more it's going to taste like the wood. It's been in there for 7 years. So you do expect it to taste more like oak.
I'm fighting for my life over here. It's making me sweaty.
This one's got less of the caramely flavors, but more of like the oaky kind of wood flavors. A little bit of spice.
A lot of spice.
A lot of spice.
So spicy.
A little pepper. What do you think? You don't look like you love it.
Love is very far away from where I sit on the like kind of like it and love it spectrum. I'm like
okay. So of all the bourbons that we've had, which do you prefer at this point?
the first one.
Okay, I think that was Buffalo Trace. Yeah,
because
it's the sweeter, I think, of the bourbons. We haven't even gotten into wheated bourbons yet. Wheat tends to make the bourbon a lot sweeter. So corn is what gives you a lot of the ethanol. But it's a main component of bourbon, so you kind of have to deal with it. But whatever's after the 51% plus corn, whatever they use in the mash bill to make the rest of the bourbon, which is typically like barley, rye, wheat.
mm-hmm.
So of those grains, that remaining 49% is actually what makes the bourbon taste different from other bourbons. So Buffalo Trace doesn't really tell us what their mash bill is, although they have some. If you go to the distillery, they have some on the wall and you can kind of hopefully figure it out. But some of these will actually tell you what the mash bill is on the bottle, and this one does not. This is actually made by Jim Beam. Did we go straight into the tasting, or did we do our did I do the intro?
I don't remember.
I don't remember doing it either. We've had way too many of these.
You've had way too many.
She doesn't drink it, so I have to drink it because you can't let it go to waste. I'm not going to pour it back in the bottle. What are you looking at me like that for? All right.
It's your choice. I think I'm good on that
think
one.
you're good?
Yeah, I think I'm
I'll
good.
take the rest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go downstairs into the kitchen and make a cocktail with us.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
Although I think it's just fine without the cocktail, without the mixer.
That's your opinion to have. Mm-hmm. You're loud.
All right. Let's do it. So with the Baker's 7-year, we are going to make what's called a Boulevardier, which is essentially a Negroni, but with bourbon. All right. So it includes 1.25 or 1.25 ounces of Baker's bourbon, 1 ounce of Campari, and 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. All right. And that's it. Super simple. Let's get at it. Pour away, lover. There you go.
Done?
All right, and 1 ounce Campari.
Do you like Negronis?
Yes and no. So I do like a Negroni. I have to be in a special headspace for it because it's not an everyday drink. I know some people that will drink Negronis all day long, but the Campari's got a very distinct flavor to it. and got to be in the mood for it for sure.
Yeah, we've got a double whammy here for me because I, number one, don't love bourbon, and number two, also don't like Negronis. So we'll see how this goes.
All right, shake it up.
All right, shake her up. Do you ever wonder like what your other hand does when you're doing things, and you ever want like see that it's actually
Not a single time.
trying to be a T-Rex?
Simple brain. Don't care.
Next time you're like cleaning the kitchen, or next time you're folding laundry, or you're making a drink with one hand, pay attention to what your other hand does because it's likely giving T-Rex. Let's give it a pour.
All right, it's very red.
It's pretty.
It is.
It's very like summer color cocktail.
I like it.
I like it too.
All right, and this is a Boulevardier, which is a Negroni with bourbon. Ready?
Maybe. I don't know if I'm ready.
Cheers.
It smells weird.
It smells like watered down bourbon. So the Campari's got a super like bitter, like you got to really like Negronis to like this.
I already said I don't like it. It's just really bitter.
Yeah, that's a Campari thing.
The sweet vermouth definitely helps,
Mhm.
but I don't like it.
Yeah. Still hates bourbon.
At least it's this cocktail with bourbon.
All right. Well, if you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, babe.
Cheers.